Is it possible to run a touring bicycle on this kind of road? A muddy, uneven mess with deep puddles, scattered rocks, and trails barely worth calling roads? Well, let's find out. This is my touring bike, a Bruno frame, more than 15 years old. Born in Japan, from the remnants of an once Swiss brand, now obscure, mostly forgotten. But to me, it's a gem. I picked this up secondhand from a local junk store. Classic truck bars, cantilever brakes, brown leather handlebars, wraps, and that unmistakable vintage gym green paint job. Nothing fancy, nothing high-end, but it's real still, and it's still right. Now here's the catch. Yes, you can ride a touring bike like this through gravel, through mud, even trails like this. But don't let anyone tell you it's easy, especially not when you're holding it with one hand, because the other, that's holding the camera, trying to capture this moment for the millions of you watching right now. But I'm not just here for the challenge, I'm also testing. This bike is running on 700 by 35C slick tires, CT tires, with zero tread. Not ideal for off-road, of course, not built for grip, and yet it's holding up surprisingly well. So right now I'm still on a stretch that's relatively flat. Manageable even with my setup, which I'll admit isn't exactly off-road ready. 700 by 35 slick tires, not treaded, not tubeless, but they've been my go-to since the pandemic, and I'm here just to see how much they can take. Up ahead, the real test begins. Inclines, deeper ruts, unstable gravel that shifts under every pedal stroke. This isn't a trail bike. Plus, this isn't a gravel bike, but it's my bike. And if you haven't noticed yet, I'm not exactly dressed for an expedition. Shorts, a plain shirt, slippers, no helmet, no gloves. Some people call that reckless. I call it local style, because this isn't about extreme sports. This is about finding joy in the ordinary, freedom in the familiar. I'm out here not just to test the gear, but to test the spirit. How far can we go with what we already have? Touring bike like this one weren't built for mud or rocks. They were designed for long rides across paved roads, carrying panniers and gears, but what they do have is endurance. Steel frames soak up the bumps. The geometry is stable, and when you ride one long enough, it becomes part of you. You start to feel the road through it, every vibration, every shift, and sometimes that's exactly what you need. People talk a lot about having the right tool for the job, but what if the only tool you have is what you already have in your hands? What if the point is to adapt, not just to buy your way into... Yeah, I've seen riders spend thousands chasing the perfect gravel setup, and sure, that has its place, but I don't underestimate the old machines. They've got stories in their wells, they got grit in their paint chips, and more importantly, they've got soul. Now this is going to be a tough one ahead, so I have to stop recording and I have to keep my camera back in my bag and back again here in the flat surface. Now here's something I've noticed. Even though I'm slipping a bit, the bike wants to stay upright. The long wheelbase, that steel flex, it's all up to a bike that forgives. The cantilever brakes, not amazing in the mud, but manageable, predictable. And if you've ever ridden in the rain with rim brakes, you know what I mean. You learn to anticipate, you react early, you feel instead of force. And this whole ride, it's not fast, it's not clean, but it's real. Now finally I'm back in the road again. It was quite a worthwhile ride back there. The jungle around me was quiet, birds in the distance, a warm, humid breeze. And here I am, wobbling through the road, camera in one hand, handlebars in the other, just to share this moment. Not because it's easy, but because it's worth remembering. This is the kind of ride where you get to know yourself. So from here on in this video, I'm going to take some of the parts off, like the bag and some bottles. We have here the buko juice because we are going to wash this bicycle from our pressurized hose. So please bear with this video and finish it until the end. There's nothing fancy towards the end of it, but just me plainly watching it and taking and getting rid of all the unwanted. So yeah, if you got an old touring bike, don't just keep it indoors. Don't wait for perfect roads or perfect weather. Get out, test it, push it. You'd be surprised how far these old machines will take you. If you enjoyed this or you're riding something similar, I'd love to hear your story in the comments. Drop a like if you've ever ridden past your comfort zone. Subscribe if you want more real-world bike stories. No hype, no carbon, just rides that matter. And thank you so much for riding with me.